Welcome back to the Greenhorn Photo Taker for the final installment in a 3-part series highlighting a summer of 2023 road trip I took with my daughters. For a quick recap, by way of miles driven, we've covered about 65% of our journey through day 5. Remarkable desert art locations and 2 national parks were the main stories of parts 1 and 2. What's left is a drive up the coast from San Diego, through Los Angeles, and finally into San Luis Obispo. Our journey picks up in the San Jacinto Valley, a truly attractive portion of California that I have virtually no footage of.
If a car is traveling at 40 miles per hour, how long will it take to go 190 miles? A story about something that is made up is part of what genre? The figurative language in this sentence is called what? He has a heart of gold.
Are you looking for a one-word answer?
Yes. Type of figurative language.
Like first person, second person, third person?
Nope.
I have no idea.
That's a figure. No. Figurative language is like simile, metaphor, onomatopoeia.
So give me the sentence again.
He has a heart of gold.
Simile.
No. Yes.
This is entirely my fault, as I was admittedly a little burned out of manning the GoPro and the hassle that comes with it, including a frantic moment of taking the contraption down as we approached an unplanned Border Patrol stop near the Salton Sea. Before entering San Diego, we took a great scenic drive up Palomar Mountain to the Boucher Hill Fire Tower. The drive was great. Hairpin turns, motorcycles passing us at every opportunity, and some fine vantage points along the way. But the star of the show was the fire tower, or rather the volunteers atop the 75-year-old tower. One of the few remaining towers that are manned by people instead of remote camera operators, the lookouts were more than happy to talk shop and about the history of the tower and the original fires that impacted the area, including one right up to the doorstep of the tower itself. So far this season, they spotted smoke 23 times and showed us how to work the Osborne Firefinder to pinpoint fires and alert crews to their exact whereabouts. I could have talked for hours, but out of my peripheral vision, I did notice the stink eye coming from both my daughters. It was past time to head back to civilization. San Diego was fantastic, and I hope I get a chance to visit again. We only had about a day and a half in town, and I think we made the most of it, but at the same time, there was so much more to see. We hit Balboa Park and enjoyed an organ concert, and also a walk through the Japanese Friendship Garden, but the renowned botanical gardens were closed for renovations, which was a shame because they are supposed to be outstanding. Twice we walked through the famous Gaslmap Quarter, enjoying dinner at the Melt and gelato at Olla La Crepes and Sweets. Easily the best highlight was a fortuitous encounter with hundreds of costumed ComiCon patrons pouring out of the convention center and up Fifth Avenue. The vast majority were loving the attention and even posed for photos when asked. I wish I had my camera with me, but I left it in the hotel, simply going out to enjoy a walk. We also toured North Harbor, including a viewing of the USS Midway from afar. And our only disappointment was not finding a secret swing we had planned to hunt for in La Jolla. For those interested, one of those famed swings, up a hill in the southern end of the Birch Aquarium parking lot, is no longer there. Torrey Pines was pretty fine, though very crowded. I wish we had more of an opportunity to hike there and uncover some of the countryside, but we were short on time and only covered the basics. The overall city highlight was easily Petco Park, where we watched the Padres come up short against the Pirates, but the stadium is lovely with awesome viewpoints of the city skyline. It was also Yu Darvish bobblehead night. He ultimately got shelled and tagged with a loss, but it was a fun moment to see the crowd go wild when he came out to the mound in the first inning. We took an e-bike rickshaw back to the hotel, and this was a bit insane, as our driver took traffic signals as recommendations as opposed to local laws to follow. The Pacific Coast Highway was next, and although it is not as lovely as the section between Big Sur and San Luis Obispo, it was still very scenic, even though the number of traffic lights in the area was a chore. A memorable stop was Inspiration Point, high atop a bluff above Corona del Mar State Beach. We soon entered Los Angeles, a destination that I was reluctant to include in our itinerary, but having never been there would have been borderline criminal to miss. Traffic was as bad as advertised, but we planned for it and kept the sightseeing to the basics. We drove Mulholland Drive but didn't see Madonna or Jack. Couldn't find parking atop Griffith Park, but did manage to drop off the girls for a quick photo shoot while I drove around the parking lot. The statues outside of Crypto.com Arena of Shaq, Magic, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar were pretty great. And further in downtown LA, we saw a great mural of Kobe Bryant and even spent a few moments on the Grammy Walk of Fame. However, I think the true LA highlight was In-N-Out Burger on the northeast corner of LAX Airport. Don't get me wrong, my animal-style double-double was magnificent, but this remarkable location is best known for its plane spotting opportunities. Massive, low-flying passenger airlines land every few minutes and make for some great pictures and overall relaxing time. We sat in the grass longer than we had planned, enjoying the moment and having fun in the process. Leaving LA for SLO was bittersweet. It was a bit of a relief to get away from the traffic, but it also meant our journey was soon coming to an end. The Pacific Coast Highway improved, we drove through Santa Monica and stopped at Malibu Pier. But I'll never forget our trek up Sandy Dune. To set the stage, this is simply a 700-foot walk up a steep, out-of-place sand dune just off the Pacific Coast Highway north of Malibu. The elevation gain is maybe 175 feet, but to get to the top, you have to fight your way through not only very loose sand, but sand that is scorching hot. I absolutely struggled with this near flaming sand, and often had to take breaks to let my feet cool off. My daughters fared much better, so well in fact, they often paused to take the video you are seeing now.
Is it cooler over there?
No.
Oh my god. Why would that be better? He was sinking down the hill.
With this fun spot in our rearview mirror, our trip was all but done. All that was left was a single night in SLO, which would be my third visit to this lovely town of almost 50,000 people. The morning of our flight home, I took a walk by myself up and down the streets of this cool city. I couldn't help but think it would be my last trip here, which of course led to thoughts of when I might ever get to take a dads and daughters road trip again. That type of thinking, however, is best left for the darkest recesses of my mind, because I would much rather dwell on the happiness of this incredible trip instead of facing the facts that my kids have grown up. Thanks so very much for watching, and I hope that you also get out and explore.